So, hi, my name is Simon Jochim, just call me Simon. I work with Professor Faltin, as Tatjana said, and Professor Faltin is working in entrepreneurship since 1985, basically. He founded his company, T-Campaign, in 1980, and 1985 he developed an entrepreneurship education curriculum at the Free University. 10 years later, T-Campaign became market leader in selling tea worldwide. I'm going to explain this a little bit later. And until now, we have like quite some market leaders in our network, which I'm going to explain how they started up from zero to nothing, and how you actually can start up today with the new technology and with the new paradigms we have. The curriculum is basically the one which you have in your papers. Today I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship, the new paradigms, what to do, what better to avoid, and about social entrepreneurship. And on Thursday we are talking about the thinking as an entrepreneur, and we are going to make like a live case study how to develop an entrepreneurial idea. And you learn some methods and techniques you can use for your own ideas. And basically, like what I want to do, because it's like it's a 2.5 hour lecture with a break, I want to make it interactive. I'm going to ask you some questions, I'm going to tell a little bit, and I'm going to show you some videos. And this is like the cone of learning. It's basically the more you're involved, the better you understand it, the more you remember after some time. Yeah? So this is like the agenda and the structure of it. And starting with this, I want to put like the first question to you guys, and maybe discuss it first in the group, and then you can tell me a little bit what you discussed. So the first question is, what do you need to become an entrepreneur? Maybe discuss this like with your peers, and then give me some answers, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. What do you need to become an entrepreneur? Maybe like shoot me some answers, like what you came up with.
Good idea, sustainable idea.
Good idea, sustainable ideas. Your table? Hard working?
And motivation. Opportunity.
What did you say?
Opportunity.
Opportunity, okay. Hard working, opportunity, good ideas. Anything else? What you came up with?
Ready to take a risk.
Ready to take a risk, okay. Yeah?
And ability to work.
What?
Courage.
Courage.
Brave and ability to work.
Okay.
Problems.
Okay, cool. So you're basically like very far developed. You're like the elite. Normally you hear like you need like capital, management, you need a patent and some technology. But if you look at it, that's basically the raw material. Patents, research findings are not traded in the market, but like developed concepts are traded in the market and are bought by the customers. So you have the market on the other hand, and like the market decides if your idea is accepted or it's not accepted. Like the battery problem here. So as an entrepreneur, you need to make the bridge from the raw material to the market, and this involves your work, developing and refining your business model. Be it a social business model, be it an ecological business model, be it just a business model. But you need to make the gap between raw material and the market. And this is what we are focusing on the Foundation for Entrepreneurship. And Professor Faltin wrote a book. He is called, like in English, it's called Brains versus Capital, Kopf schlägt Kapital in German. And yeah, but then I need to continue. Yeah. And this is where we are focusing on, developing a good concept. You need to basically take 3 steps to become an entrepreneur. You need to make a distinction between, sorry, can you actually see? Between entrepreneurship and business administration. There are two different things. Wait a second. You can nowadays, and this is new actually today, you can use components. You don't have to do everything yourself. You can use components. Okay, the battery always comes and it disappears again. And the most important step, you need to develop a creative concept. So if you look at the first step, like business administration and entrepreneurship, there are two different skills. Normally, like in school, university, in coaching, mostly, they say, okay, the idea comes to the entrepreneur and he has to learn business administration, accounting and all this stuff. But there are two different heads, two different kinds of thinking. And in modern societies, which was like a really big leap of development, was labor division. That that each one has like a certain task. And I think we should apply this to entrepreneurship and starting up companies too. So the traditional descriptions, what you have to know as an entrepreneur is like accounting, you need to know how to read a balance sheet, controlling, you need to negotiate with capital institutions, you need to, of course, legal stuff, you need to manage your team, create a team spirit, and negotiating with suppliers. And this is basically just like the head titles of all that you have to know. Then you need to know which taxes you have to pay. Like in Germany, like we have the largest textbooks. You know, we are in the world record for this. How to finance your company, how to use software nowadays. You need to make a finance plan. You need to know marketing, of course. Again, like law, special working law. These are like German subtitles, but I think like in English they are like quite similar. You need to know maybe like some funding and some grants, controlling, quality, security. So basically, you need to know like a lot. And at the end of the day, yeah, you don't know nothing. Because like there's so much knowledge you have to know, yeah? And how much time then you have left for developing your concept and look at the market and at the customers. So we say, make a distinction between business administration and entrepreneurship. There are two different heads, two different kind of persons. In German, I had to write it in German because it's, I don't know how it's hard to translate it in English, but another word for entrepreneur in German is Selbstständiger, which consists of two words, selbst and ständig, and means like basically like self-employed. But you can say like he does all the things all the time by himself. So selbstständig heißt alles selber machen und das ständig. Maybe you can translate it there.
To do everything on your own and all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is also like one of the most important failure points, so reasons to quit. We have like, I don't know, like 80% of startups fail in the first 5 years. The rest of 20% get along but don't get really successful. And you need to know like where you're going to fail, like in general failing points, like making business administration, entrepreneurship, make the division, and also like personally what you want to do, what tasks you want to do in your startup, and which tasks you rather don't want to do and delegate to others. You want these failure points and you have a higher rate of success. One guy said like, tell me where I'm going to die so I don't go there. Yeah? And if you know you don't know finance, and if you know you don't know marketing, or you're not good at this and you have other strengths, don't go there, don't do this, delegate it. Use business administration. So the counter argument is basically you can say, how can I judge somebody's qualification if I don't know, if I do not have the specialized knowledge of the subject which is asked? Like, how do I know if somebody is telling me the truth about marketing, about legal stuff? Well, we do this all the time. When we go to a dentist, when we go to a butcher, we know how to ensure the quality. We don't have to study dental science, or we don't have to study butchery or work as a butcher, but we can use our common sense. The same is basically true for business management. You can study business management for 4 to 5 years. I did it, yeah. But you can also put it down to some basic concepts, to some basic principles. Business management means like you use resources economically and efficiently. You make the organization efficiently, administration correctly, that the tax and financial institutions are happy, and you recognize early warning signs. Of course, business administration is important, and entrepreneurs need business administrations and business managers, but don't try to combine them in one person. And of course, it needs like a lot of time and attention, and this you're lacking for your developing your business model. In Germany, at least, like we have most students study business management. Yeah? This is like the most sought studies nowadays. But so this is not really the bottleneck. There are enough business administration, business managers out there. And actually, like you can say, like maybe like because you're talking about social entrepreneurship here, business managers want to, young or like a little bit older ones, want to go for a social course and want to work in a startup which has a social mission. So you don't actually need to focus so much on business administration. Focus on mastering new concepts. Peter Drucker said it in the famous word, leaders do the right things, managers do things right. And basically, I'm going to put all the presentation online, so you don't need to make notes and pictures and videos. We also have a video here. So another question for you is, no. What are responsibilities of a manager, and what should the entrepreneur do? That's again like a question to you in the group, and maybe you can discuss about this again like 5 minutes. What did you came up with? What are some responsibilities of a manager, and what should the entrepreneur do? Maybe we start with the manager. What are the responsibilities of a manager? I'm always going to pick on you.
Doing activities of maintenance of the idea of an entrepreneur.
I'm going to repeat it. Doing the maintenance of the daily work.
Yes, daily work.
Okay. You were discussing quite vividly.
We think that manager is who makes things real, makes ideas real. Is taking care of taxes and such stuff, and the entrepreneur finds the way to finds the solution, and manager is making the solution real.
Okay, so the entrepreneur is finding the solution, and the manager is implementing maybe the solution. Okay, what did you came up with?
Well, basically, the manager gets a budget, and he has to like respect the budgets, the rules, the board.
He's doing the budgeting, the budgets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take care of the like the production line, and keep the teams. Then shall I say the entrepreneur as well?
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Well, the entrepreneur is more like he's the one that breaks the rules and like looking for to improve and evolve and innovation, creativity. looking for investments and do the investing,
Okay.
fundraising resources, etc. etc.
Okay. Okay. Maybe the tables up there. What's the difference between managers and entrepreneurs? What do they do?
Well, they are complementing each other, but the entrepreneur is more of a, in this case, maybe an artist, and the manager is someone who's there to see that they're on budget and on timetable, and they don't, break the law too much, at least. So
Okay.
to keep the creative and innovative entrepreneur a little bit in some kind of frame.
Yeah. Yeah. You?
Yes, of course. You like it's the basic difference from manager and entrepreneur is that manager got what he could or she need to do, and entrepreneurship doesn't get the agenda. He's the one who is making agenda and everything what's going with the agenda.
Okay.
The basic difference.
Can we think of some examples, like some organizations who do this labor division?
Okay, entrepreneurship is the one who owns his business, who's a startup, who starts a business, and the manager is the one who is employed in some of the big companies and who got the job to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like some examples are Google. Google has like the two founders, Larry and Sergey, and they had Eric Schmidt, who's doing the daily business. Facebook had like Mark Zuckerberg and Sally, I don't know her last name. And like our startups in our portfolio, they also do this labor division. Professor Faltin is the entrepreneur, and he has like a business manager who's running the daily business. Then the T-Campaign is like in Potsdam, Babelsberg. We are sitting in Berlin, Friedenau. When Professor Faltin comes to T-Campagne once or twice in a year, and he's talking to the people, he always comes back and says, my head is burning. I was answering and talking to many people, but I feel I haven't achieved anything so much. Yeah? So the daily activities are quite different than like the entrepreneurs working on the concept. And if you look at another example, you can see like a hotel or like Texas hostel. There's somebody who's owning the land, somebody who's building the building, the hostel, somebody who's running it, and some people who are doing workshops here. So they can divide this, make this labor division finer and finer.
Can I
Yeah.
But with what you're saying, the Lebanese guy who is owning the grocery shop downstairs is not considered an entrepreneur in this vision? I mean, are we thinking just to hire super cool companies or also the small shop? Is this an entrepreneur? We don't consider it a real entrepreneur.
So the aim is, that like we want to empower more people to become entrepreneurs, So why do they don't become entrepreneurs? They think they need to know a lot of business administration. This is holding many people back. So if we can get rid of this assumption, and say you don't have to focus on business administration so much. There are business managers out there. You rather develop your business model, your concept, and be able to employ and use managers, then we can get more people to become entrepreneurs.
But you mean large entrepreneurs, like a large company, not a...
No. I mean any entrepreneurs, like be it social, be it cultural. It doesn't have to be that you found your own company. Like founding companies, a legal structure like just like 150 years old, maybe, not so old, but live an entrepreneurial lifestyle. I'm going to explain this a little bit further later on. But I think that's an important question. When we talk about entrepreneurs, I'm not talking about Google and Facebook. I just named them as examples for labor division. But our aim is to empower and get more people considering an entrepreneurial career, and helping them to avoid the failure points, the reasons to quit. So basically you can say an entrepreneur is working on the business and not so much in the business, to make it quite simple. So, what else like should an entrepreneur do if he doesn't have to do the daily activities? Yeah, what else is left? Well, you can say he's looking for new trends, be it like market trends, be it cultural trends, society trends, technology trends. Recognize new developments in technology, in the market and in competition, and creating new innovative concepts. New concepts are within the company, marketing, finance concepts. Of course, he has to manage the implementation, to look that it's going to implement how it should be, but he doesn't have to run the implementation on a daily basis. And of course, he has to motivate the people, create joy in the work, in the customers, and by the suppliers. So this was the first paradigm. Make a division between entrepreneurship and business administration. The other thing which is like quite new nowadays is that you don't have to do anything by scratch, that you don't have to build your own industrial complex. You can use components. Everybody with a laptop nowadays owns a factory. He can develop, he can employ a factory. Think as a composer more. Think more like an artist or a musician. And delegate the things you don't want to do and focus on your strengths. Again, this is the example of Ratio Trink, where Professor Faltin is a business angel and Raphael Kugel, here the entrepreneur, was working with Professor Faltin at the Free University. The idea he's selling like juice concentrate in 3 to 5 liter packages over the internet directly to your home for 20 to 30% less than you get them on in the supermarket. The advantages you have that you pay less, get it delivered at home, and it's certificated biological and from a certain region. The idea came when he looked at juice prices in the stock market. Juice concentrated is traded in the stock market for, I don't know, 1 ton, 3 tons or something. And he calculated it down and said, how come that the juice concentrate is so cheap in the stock market and so expensive in the supermarket? And basically all they do is add water to it. Can't the people add water at their home? In Germany at least, the water from the at home is very much controlled, and it's on a certain high standard. So he said, okay, what do I need? I need like juice concentration, I need logistics, I need a certain package, and do the things, are they already traded in the market? Can we combine them? You have juice manufacturers. They are like from the south of Germany. The new thing was the bag in a box. Yeah, this was like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. You have like a cartonnage, a carton, and then you have like a bag inside. And you have like a certain thing where you can put the juice out and it doesn't get dirty from the air or something. Yeah? So you can store the juice for 2 or 3 months. And he said, okay, I'm using this new kind of packages, back in a box, for this juice concentrate, but I'm just selling juice concentrate and let the people add water, let the customers add water at home. This was basically the market risk. Our people are ready to do the manual work. And when they do it, they get like certain advantages, a cost advantage and a service advantage. They get it delivered at home. He's using eBureau, another startup, another component for entrepreneurs in our network, who's doing the secretary service for managers and for entrepreneurs. The business administration and the logistics is done by Projektwerkstatt, which is also operating for the T-Campaign. And you have, of course, like logistics, like Deutsche Post, DHL. So again, like using components has certain advantages. You don't have like such a high investment which you normally have. You don't have fixed costs; they are used by the suppliers. Of course, like you can't just buy 1 liter or 3 liters of concentrated juice from the juice maker. You need to buy 1 ton or 3 tons, yeah? So that he's running the machine for you. But you can pre-order, pre-sale the juices, make marketing upfront, and you can say, I'm going to sell the juice, I don't know, in 2 months or 3 months, order now, and you get like a certain discount. And then you can use with the different financial terms, financial timelines. Costs only occur when sales occur. And you are professional because you actually outsource to a professional. The juice maker is responsible for making the juice correctly according to law and fresh, which you can't do as an entrepreneur, as starting up. You don't know nothing about juice. You have to study juice making or learn it a year or something. Yeah? By using components, you are tapping into the knowledge and the know-how and the know-why of like a highly professional guy or woman. So this is like how the alt economy looks like. You need to make a building, you need to run the building, you need like a lot of capital. And the new component, starting up with components that you recombine, remodel it, make new combinations. So again, a question to you. We think your startup, your organization, or like the problem you're working on, in components. What kind of components do you need? What kind of components do you need to develop maybe and offer to other entrepreneurs? So this table came up with like making a component of taxes. Like the taxes should be a component. Okay. What did you come up with? Your table.
I think we haven't understood what we mean with components. We have talked about the practical of the ideas, but we haven't focused on components. We don't know what component is.
Okay, so but if you look at this, like a component can be like a secretary service, yeah, that you don't have to own your own secretary service. Practically, like one guy started a company which is offering a security service, and he competed against Deutsche Telekom, and Deutsche Telekom went out of the market. And he is now the market leader as a secretary service in Germany. It's called eBüro. So that's like a very practical example. And like the example with Ratio Drink. Yeah? That's eBüro. eBüro is a service for the business, right? Which is the market leader in secretary service in Germany. Then you have like the other component is the juice maker. You have the back in the box, the packaging is the component. And you have the business administration. The other, like the counter example is that he is doing it all himself. He's employing his own secretary, or rather worse, his own secretary. He's making his own juice and looking for capital to make his own juice. He's having his own packaging company and developing his own packages and become a specialist in packaging. And he's doing his own business administration. Then he needs like a lot of capital, a lot of people, and now he's just one guy. He's running this as one guy, working 2 to 3 hours a day, managing everything. And the other days he's working on the concept, developing and doing the marketing. And he's earning roughly, I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000 euros a month with that, as one guy.
It's difficult to apply apply this model to cultural events. Girls project cultural events, and it's really difficult to think about components in planning a concert, planning a show. It's not so easy.
Okay.
Can I give you an example? There was an idea yesterday I liked a lot in Tuzla, organizing birthday parties for children. So this is the idea, yeah? Here's the idea of birthday parties for children. What you maybe have already in your community is a musician, yeah?
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. What you already have in your community is maybe a place, yeah, where you can run these parties, and you make a deal with the musician. You make a deal with this place. Maybe you have a shop who sells balloons, who sells articles, decoration, and this is a supplier of your service, yeah, which you have a deal with as well. So how do we, a shop, let's sell a shop for balloons, yeah? And maybe you also have another, you have your aunt, yeah, who is an accountant or your friend or someone who can do the business administration, yeah? She or he does all the money business, yeah? Everything who pays and all the administration. So, and then there can be other components. I mean, it's not the perfect example, but it's an example we can refer to maybe from yesterday. So you have here different elements, yeah, who can be part of your service. What it means is you don't have to do everything you own. You don't have to do the music. You don't have to do it at home, at your home place. You don't have to go and import balloons and decoration because you already have a shop in your community, and you don't have to do the administration, the bookkeeping, etc. because your friend, your mother, your aunt, your uncle already does it, etc., etc. So you have different elements which are called components, which can be part of your service, your end service, which is birthday parties for children in your community. So this is an example. I mean, it could be a better example, but at least it's. Does it make more sense to you what a component is?
And the beauty of this, yeah, is that you can focus on your concept. That you don't have to focus on the accounting, the musicians, know a network of musicians, that you can focus on your concept and develop your concept. Maybe you can think about a music festival where the musicians come for free. Yeah? Maybe you can offer them something, maybe some publicity, some attention, some authenticity, some training, where they are ready to come for free. And then you have like a huge cost advantage. Or you maybe get your concept is so good that you get the place for free. Yeah? So you can focus on the concept. You have more time, more energy to develop a good, elegant business model.
I just wanted to add. When during your lecture and presentation you focused on industrial more, and we are more talking here about social sector. And that's maybe why there was people who didn't understood. But this example of networking into the community, you know, we all fundraise in our communities. Okay, we all fundraise and we focus on one donation, using the services for free and promoting the musicians. If we take, for example, Orchestra Baltica from Tuzla, we will promote them and they will do it for free. That's what Jochim explained. So components could be services, not just industrial. So that is the things, and it's much better for us as a social businesses to have a components, and to focus what he said, to focus on idea, how to develop idea and how to target children from our town to come on our birthday party. That's our job. And the other people or other components will done the operational things, if I understood.
Oh, perfect. We're coming to your question later. Maybe the next table?
Will you choose the next speech street artists. And we found a few components. We have already the artists, we know them. We have the place in the city, the politics. We have a few volunteers to run the place. We was taking care.
Okay. Maybe next table?
We have an idea for manufacturers, because I don't remember the other name in this moment. Craft maker, yes. And we think to the young craft maker don't have the job, don't want. And they use new material and material by reuse, recycled.
Yeah, recycled material.
And we want to collaborate with outer project in the city. We want to help the young manufacturer after for being famous and in the city. And create a circle, a market for these young manufacturers with material low cost, and a private customer, and with spot on Facebook, website, blog.
Okay. But the components would be like material and place, and you're focusing on the circle.
Without money, because we start by to the need of the private customer and by the need of the young manufacturer of work.
Okay.
And so,
okay.
By these two needs, we take the material by use low cost, and take this for make a work and create a cycle.
Okay. Okay.
I use a project in the city for make spot.
Okay, I think we understand it. Maybe coming later, like developing the business model. Yeah. Right now, like we think your idea in components, yeah? Which you did quite well. Maybe the table in the right corner.
Well, we spoke about summer camp for children during summer, when parents are working and children can stay a lot at home. And I think the idea is very thin, but very thought in components, because the question we had was where can we do it, what we need all these things, no? Very the idea, but we don't need a structure, we don't need maybe the places where we can do it, places like schools or like things like this. So I think the idea we thought was very structured in components.
Okay. And the table here?
Well, we discussed not together, because yesterday we had a test with what Jochim said. So we had ideas, so we didn't have a common idea. We have different ideas, so this one is...
Okay. Okay, there were like two questions. One question was, so if this entrepreneur, Raphael Kugel, just is recombining the components, why is the package company not stealing his idea? Which it could easily do. Well, there were quite some imitators and quite some competition who tried to steal it, or like to try to imitate the idea, to copy the idea, but they didn't succeed, because like Raphael got really good in the marketing, and he is really like connected to this Ratzittring, to this concentrated juice maker. And on the other hand, the package company, if the package company is going to steal every new idea a potential customer comes to the package company, he will lose business. Yeah? Nobody wants to package his material with this company because they know if I'm going to tell them my new idea, they're going to make it themselves, and then they cannibalize their own package business. And maybe they decided also to stay in their field, to stay specialized in the package company and don't go into marketing and to the end market. You had another question, right?
Yeah, my doubt is if that's a back thought in my mind. No, if I do things myself, my investment is my time. So it's for free in a sense. I don't have to have money to do it. If I have to buy a secretary service, website maker, a graphic designer, everything, I have to spend a lot of money. And the risk is that my product will be out of market because it's too expensive. Because, you know what I mean? If I employ my own secretary, it's much cheaper than if I hire from an extra company where there is another entrepreneur who has to make a margin with it.
Yeah.
So how do you, does it work for small margin companies, this model, or you have to have a very large margin to fit in there? How does it work?
Well, you can have our companies have really small margins, yeah, because they frighten other competitors, but they are then available to a lot of customers, yeah, the products. So they sell products with low margins, but to many customers because they revolutionize or update an industry like the juice company or the tea company, yeah. Yeah, of course you can do everything yourself, yeah, but then you need to know and you need to specialize in all these things, in web design, secretary service, business administration, and all the stuff, yeah. And of course, your time is worth some money, yeah. You have to calculate it somehow. Everybody needs to live from something. So this is actually there are just two steps, the divide between entrepreneurship and business administration, and use components that you can work on your concept, on your business model. So then you can develop a business model which maybe has higher margins or with low margins, and you can sell to a lot of people, and you don't need so much marketing. Yeah? That you get out of this self-employed small idea space, to have an idea, a concept with a lot of impact, be it social or business or environmental. Yeah? But this is the third step of the paradigms, which is coming here after.
May I add something? Further to Massimo's idea that another risk is what I can say if we outsource, for instance, the secretary service. We can have a contract with them, but let's to be honest, they will change their fee when they want and as they want. That's in Romania. I don't know how it is in Germany, but even though if we have a contract with them, they will change their fee. Then I have to change the price of my, for example, of my apple juice, because the secretary service, the secretary bureau changed their fee. So that's a risk. I don't say that it's better if I do everything, not at all. Yeah. That's a risk what I can see here.
Do you want to answer this?
Yes, I would like just to mention again one thing, that we are all thinking into the box. We need to go out of the box. This is model, these examples are too far away from what we are doing. If we are doing social things, now, for me, it's much better to discuss about those ideas which we are really doing in our YEPP sites. If we are doing social things, the components model will mean if we are promoting culture of giving and we are asking from people to donate for our activities, everybody here do this. We will not pay for the stuff in our organization. We will use component and ask from donation of one person from our community who would like to donate their services for us. And he will do it for us, and we are going to focus on our idea, what is our core business. It's not now, it's hard to compare this business model from this social business model. But I would just like to make this distinction. There is a lot of chances for us. In Tuzla example, we are doing like that. We are asking people to donate us. If they do not have money, they have services. And that's it. We have accounting who is doing it for free. We have a spaces in municipality which are give us for free. We have clowns, musicians who are doing it for free. They're not giving money, but they're giving our services, and that is component models which we can all use.
That's new actually. Like if you have like a social startup and you're like attracting the people who are giving their free time, their goodwill, the other things than money, that's interesting. That's also like a new way to think about components.
As I understood, that's what we all doing in our websites.
But later, like I want to like maybe like develop with you, co-develop with you like other income streams besides donations. Yeah, maybe we can come up with other things. Yeah?
Later on.
Yeah, this is your question. Yeah, you have a contract with the component or with the supplier. Yeah, he or she should stick to it. I don't know about Romania. Yeah? And besides the contract, yeah, you also have like a market, other competitors. Yeah, if the Secretary of Service in Romania is famous for like charging the prices, for changing the fees and not making it transparent, then stand up like a Secretary Service which is transparent, which doesn't make the fees higher. Maybe that's the other question. Maybe it can be a component for other entrepreneurs. That's also like a good idea. Maybe a component for social entrepreneurs or for social startups. So, okay, so these 3 steps. First, entrepreneurship is different from business administration. This frees your mind and gives you energy and time for your idea, yeah? Not for like managing the daily operations. The second stuff, starting up using components, makes you free and independent of capital, of money. You don't need so much money than before. So what else is left? If you don't have to manage, if you don't build, then you need to develop, create a highly sustainable, innovative, and elegant concept which is recognized by customers and by the market. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to have like a completely new idea. It's actually like better if you update an industry. If you look how it's done and then you develop like a concept how you have like some advantages, be it like cost advantages, or you make it more social, you connect more the people, you make it better ecological. An easy example is there's like these in the internet. There's these search engine, and every time you search for something, you contribute like planting a forest or something like this, right? Like instead of like Google, ecological Google. You use something. I think they even use Google or Yahoo as a search engine, but like connecting it with the donations indirectly as a customer, you don't have to pay for it. So they update the search engine industry by making it more ecological. Just like some criteria so that you know that you have a good business model, a good concept. Have a clear competitive edge, something significant which is not only recognized by you as a competitive edge, but by the customers. Yeah? An example of tea campaign, it was Darjeeling tea. Darjeeling tea is perceived as a good, high-quality tea. Every other tea maker is saying he's having the best tea. Yeah? Every other people are saying, I'm having the best birthday party. But can the market follow your marketing? Can they say, yes, I can recognize, I can perceive it. And when you have a good concept, you're having probably imitators, people who want to copy you. Yeah? So how are you going to deal with them? Yeah? This is like where you have like maybe different legs where your concept is standing on, be it the price, quality, be it transparent. And also don't focus so much on technology, yeah, because technology gets very old very fast, yeah, and then you need to upgrade it. So rather use technology, but don't focus your concept on technology. Don't sell technology, but use it for delivering value. Also, like economic obsolescence means like with globalization, there is a new competitor coming from the developing world who's offering something cheaper. So you need to have like other market advantages. Again, all these slides will be on the internet later on. And think about like how you can scale, how you can make your concept, your business model big. Make it simple. Yeah? Things are really complicated nowadays. Make it like a really simple, understandable concept. And know where your risks are and minimize these risks. Minimizing risks you can do by making an informal pre-start. Don't found a company. Just like try to sell it on a flea market or try to make a proof of a concept first. Or make a website, make a web page and say, I'm going to sell this, sign up here and see like how many people are signing up for your future product. Connect your concept to your personality, yeah? Because it takes a long time to establish your idea in the market, in society. We say it takes around like 5 years like to get some traction, and like maybe 10 years where you have a shoot to play in the market leading field. And so you need like a lot of time, a lot of motivation, a lot of energy, and this just comes when the concept is connected to your personality. And the other thing which is maybe like important for us here in Europe, there's something like called the European paradox. It's also like in the research now. It has a name, and they say we're producing a lot of research, patents, and all this, but it's not commercially or socially used. One example is the MP3 player, which was developed like by the Fraunhofer Institute, I think, in Germany, but put into market by big companies like Samsung, Apple, and so on. So you can use these research findings and patents, which are mostly free, available on the internet, and put them into a concept, an entrepreneurial design. One example I came across recently is stick.com. Does anybody know stick with k.com? So they said like motivation is, there was like a lot of research in motivation. And people found out in the research that if we make a commitment, yeah, then we are mostly motivated to do this special task we wanted to do. So they said, okay, on this website, stick.com, you can say, you make a commitment, I'm going to give up smoking. Yeah? And if you don't do it, yeah, if you don't give up smoking or don't do any other stuff, yeah, at the same time, your credit card will be charged by a certain amount to an anti-charity. Yeah? So you basically say, okay, if I don't give up smoking and somebody, my friends, is controlling it, yeah, I'm going to spend $1,000 to the Ku Klux Klan or something like that. Yeah? Yeah? And it's like it's a really funny website, and it's making money and it's sustainable and it's an easy thing. Yeah? But they use like the motivation research and put it into an entrepreneurial design. Yeah? The most famous anti-charity nowadays is a foundation from George W. Bush. Okay, entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. I just want to put you like the last time in groups with 2 questions. So, in your opinion, how are social entrepreneurs different from business entrepreneurs? So what are the differences? And what do they have in common? What do they share in common? Maybe discuss this like in 3 minutes, and then we come back. Minutes or something, yeah? one method, yeah, which I hope you can develop for your ideas, is win-win situations. Yeah, one win-win situation would be perfect example: bringing together exhibitionists and voyeurists. Yeah, I don't know if this is the right English term, but like people who want to watch other people and people who want to make a show in front of other people. Yeah, okay, you maybe think like it's not the sound system; it's somebody who's thrilling them. Okay, so how can you like do this like for a social business? Yeah. So we're living in Germany, yeah. And be honest, like we have like quite a problem with integration. Yeah. But one good example is the Turkish supermarket. I don't know if you have the chance or if you want to go there. Yeah. But the Turkish supermarket, I love Turkish supermarkets. Yeah, I go there more often than to other. That was just a coincidence. So people from the Turkish supermarkets integrate very well in the German society, in my opinion, because they scream, they market their products very well. They know how to that the Germans, some people like it, some other people don't like it so much, but they play with the customers, they present themselves, they go on the street. And they play also like a little bit with their own identity, with their role. Yeah? So instead of like going to a normal supermarket like Aldi or Rewe, which also has like a certain business model, yeah, and a good business model, the Turkish supermarket is more like a show, yeah, where you have like some kind of entertainment actually. Okay, and these are just like some examples, yeah, of the methods and the techniques which you maybe can use for your own ideas. Making it a little bit bigger, yeah, maybe like a trading platform for Israelis and Palestinians, yeah, would help to solve the conflict. If you trade with somebody, if you make business with somebody, you don't have such an interest that the other people is dead. Yeah, because you want to trade with him, you want to make business and add value. Yeah.
What about ethical principles behind ethical values? Two countries are at war, so you can't think only business oriented. You also have to consider if it, how ethical this is anyway to make business out of this, not considering the human aspect.
Yeah, but like it depends like what they are trading. They shouldn't trade weapons or something, but like vegetables or food, yeah, and connect with each other, like Israelis and Palestinians. They understand each other better and connect with each other on a trading platform. Yeah. So just like regarding trading, like simple products, like this.
I can give an example for Bosnia, where there was a war from 1992 to 1995, and after war it was political decision to stop the war. But still, real peace started when people started to trade each other. So I think you got a point. So in Bosnia, when we started to go across the lines between Serbs, Croats and Muslims, then we started to cooperate and started to understand each other. Somebody give us a chance to cooperate and to trade among each other and to cooperate.
So it's the same with like France and Germany after World War II, basically. Of course, like there are some ethical issues you have to consider, yeah. But it's just like one method and one technique, and like of course, like it depends like what you do out of it. Another method is like where weaknesses, there are also strengths, and focus on the strengths. Yeah? One example, I don't know if you know it, it's like Dialogue in the Dark. The restaurants where everything is dark and you get served food by blind people. Yeah, by blind people. Yeah, so everything is dark. You don't see anything. Yeah, but who can see are the blind people. So instead of they get like a job. They can use their strengths. Yeah. And another thing is like in Thailand, blind people also give massages, yeah? And blind people maybe have this ability to feel the body differently than maybe like a guy who has his own eyes. You can see with his eyes still. Professor Falti once did a project in Manila with slum kids. Where it's also like explained in the book. They did like a fairy market, the slum kids, and they made like a circus and everything. Yeah, so they instead of like asking for money, the kids were like offering something and were like earning money for this. Yeah, and it's just like a simple example. Here in Berlin, we have the example of like sightseeing tours by homeless people who show Berlin from a different perspective than other guides and other people normally don't see. The other method is fulfilling more than one function. And these methods are also like explained in the videos we showed before. Like opening hours, yeah? Normally, like they're open at daytime, or clubs and bars are open at nighttime. So what do they do with the other time? Think about using existing infrastructure and components. Yeah? For example, a shop where they sell mattresses, yeah, where you lie on in the bed. Do you sell them at daytime, and at night you can maybe make like a hotel out of it. Yeah? You can start your hostel out of nothing with zero investment basically. Yeah? You can make a certain hotel out of it. Or you offer them power naps there. You can also make it like a show or something. Yeah? And there's also like a certain advantage out of this, because when you're saying like having like this mattress hostel, yeah, it's kind of crazy, yeah. And people say, okay, but we have to give him courage that he's doing such a crazy stuff. So you don't have to make it perfect, yeah, but you have like certain sympathy as an entrepreneur who's trying out this crazy stuff. Yeah. We think a farm. Think about it, like how could like a farm look like? Yeah? What are the most costly things and the most things which cost like a lot of work? And when you think about it, like one example is, which is really a lot of work, are animals. Yeah? And you have to treat them ethically, and there's a lot of things which can go wrong. Yeah? So what about if you think about having like earthworms or goopies, these are little fish there, yeah, as a farm. Yeah? So not the big cows and everything, but like certain smaller animals which are not so much work. Yeah? And then it's your turn how to present them in a funny and entertaining way. Here in Germany, in Berlin, they say like you can own a certain percentage of land, yeah, and go there and work there and make your own biological food there and harvest together. You don't have to own your own farm, but like just some acres, and grow your own 100% biological food because you're planting it there, you know where it comes from. You can also play with the magic of the night. Yeah? So you're not actually like making a farm, but you're making like a show, a platform where you connect people. And the other important thing is like we don't go too much into commercial and selling, yeah, because this destroys like some kind of the atmosphere, yeah. And you're coming like also like in other kind of relationships. Rather say like the example of the rethinking a farm. It's a meetup with friends. And they put their work in there, maybe they trade vegetables against vegetables, or they trade vegetables against money or some other time. Yeah? The example what you said, okay, your charity, some people give donations in money or with some time or with some professional services. And when you go out, later to the site visits, and maybe also like to a supermarket here or in your home country. Look like how the products are packaged. Yeah? There's so much like unnecessary package around it, yeah? Which you don't need, like a coffee package. There are, I think, like 2, 3 or 4 kind of packages around it. Yeah? Basically, you don't need so much. Yeah? And it's a lot of marketing around it, not really like information which helps the customer so much. It's more like slogans or some beautiful model who's drinking the coffee. Yeah? But does it say that's a good coffee you should buy? Basically not. Yeah? So use less. The last method, it's about connectivity. For example, here in Berlin, but I also say like in other big cities, we have like, I think 50% of singles here. Yeah? People are lonely. Young ones, old ones, middle ones. Yeah? Somehow it seems that modern societies cause loneliness and people want to connect with each other, searching for this connectivity again. An artist put it like this: you have people who are doing their own stuff, singing a little bit or just sitting there, watching the concert, yeah? Or watching the birthday party. Think about like how you can connect them. Yeah? Connectivity is also like a reason why Facebook is valued so much, yeah, because it's connecting so much people. It's on the high needs of people, yeah. The other alternative is something like this, yeah. It's also like kind of a connection. You go in like in a dark room, nobody can see inside, putting some money in the slot, and hoping, like in chance 1 in a billion, that you're getting some money out of it, yeah. And I think we can think of something better than this. By using the principles we used before, the paradigms, yeah, which is figures of money and giving us time and energy to develop a good concept, and develop this concept into a sustainable business model with certain legs. So maybe you can take what you heard today to your site visits and to your ideas, yeah. But I also wanted to come back to the first question, like what you asked, like, is entrepreneurship does it have to be the high impact, high scalable, really successful entrepreneurship models? We don't think it doesn't have to be. You also can be an entrepreneur without founding a company. Yeah? Think about like making your next holiday. Maybe like a little bit more entrepreneurial. If you think about a holiday, takes a huge amount of money of your income. You spend so much time to earn it and spend it like in a, I don't know, like 2 weeks beach holiday in Egypt or something, lying there on the beach, yeah, and visiting some pyramids, yeah. A friend of mine, she said, okay, I don't want to do this kind of holiday. I want to spend my holidays, when it's Berlin in winter, it's really, really awful winter here, I want to go to the south, but I want to work on ideas. Yeah? And she organized like a house near Barcelona and invited other people, hey, do you want to come with me? Do you want to spend your holidays working on your ideas, yeah? And in a group, and to really start something? And she founded like 15 people who wanted to do this. Yeah? So think about making your next holidays a little bit more entrepreneurial, yeah? Or thinking about making like your civil engagement. Like in Germany, we have this Vereinskultur, yeah? Make it entrepreneurial in the way that it's self-sustainable, that it stands on more legs, that it's earning maybe some money you can reinvest for your civil engagement. So that would be like my assignment, yeah? And tomorrow we are going to learn on the idea on one theme on the idea of a cafe, how to develop an entrepreneurial design and creative concept out of this basic cafe idea. So that was my input today. All the slides will be online and the videos will be online too. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much.